Hello and welcome to the first inaugural episode of the Mr. Sports Show with your host, me, Mr. Sports, Ryan, aka Ryan. Uh, Thank you for being here, joining. Big moment for me. Been trying to get this off the ground for a while. Very fun thing to do. I love shooting the shit. I love sports and talking sports, and that's what we're gonna do here. Uh, Plenty of topics to go through today, as I'm sure if you're here and clicking, you are more than aware the NBA draft happened. Over on my Twitter, I have grades from the first round. I did a whole thread on live draft reaction. Go over and check that on the Twitter, linked on the YouTube. I'll link it in the description of this video, podcast. Again, thanks for coming. This is what we're going to do. Talk sports, maybe do some other things, fun games, sporkle quizzes, whatever you guys are thinking. Again, just thank you for even clicking. It means a lot. Figured I'd get this started with my 10-year-old Giannis Bucks jersey, as you know, he's not going to be here. I have some weird jerseys I'll try to wear as Mr. Sports, but I can't promise a new jersey every episode. Some things about me. These guys over here, that's my Mount Rushmore of USA athletes. That should let you know enough right there. Uh, Over on the right, I'll have kind of rotating pictures talking about all the different storylines we're going to cover today. And obviously, I can get off topic, as you can tell already. So there might be some more. All right, NBA draft, NBA trades, extensions, signings. Maybe we get into a little bit extracurriculars and go from there. But again, let's get into it. Thank you guys for clicking, and I hope this is fun and lasts a while. I'm going to have the shittiest little ad read that you've ever seen. Someone gave me $5. I don't want to spoil you. Someone gave me $5, and yeah, we'll be back after this. Thank you for your support. This is the ad read. This is it. My mom paid me $5. She said, "Boiler up." That's it. Boiler up, baby. $5. Thanks, Mom. Love you. Maybe we get better sponsors in the future if you guys like this. Until then, you're gonna get the Purdue Boilermakers fight song. And now back to the program. Thanks. All right, welcome back. I think we're gonna get started with oldest news first and kind of work our way to recent day, which is Friday, June 26th at 8:11 p.m. So if anything happens after that, don't. That's next episode. Next episode. We're gonna start with the draft. So I guess I will pull up my draft my draft tweets, and we'll go from there, right? So just some quick highlights. Favorite picks. My favorite picks easily include Darius Acuff. Jeez, wish that was not cut off. Bear with me here. Darius Acuff to the Kings. Loved that. Love that. Think he's an absolute culture changer, franchise star. Even better that the Nets just looked idiotic passing on him. Yaxel Lendenberg to the Warriors. I love anything that gives Curry a chance of continuing what's left of his prime and the twilight years of it. Uh, Desperately needed a wing player. Is Yaxel what they need? We'll see. We'll see. I like the fit. I like the fit and the thought, and anything to help Curry extend his career. LeBaron Philon Jr. might have been the steal of the draft for the Sixers. Might have been the absolute steal of the draft. I could not believe teams passing on him, especially a team like maybe Charlotte, who we'll get to. But, if you're shopping Lamelo or at least considering it, thinking about it, maybe take LeBaron, who's just falling into your lap. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Love that for Philly. They can figure out those VJ Max and LeBaron together. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Cameron Carter, the Lakers. I think JJ Redick is going to have a fucking field day with this guy. I think he's going to get him in the gym. I think he's going to be a problem. I think he's going to be an absolute problem. And yeah, we'll see. I think he's the best young talent the Lakers have gotten in a long, long time, and I'm excited to see him. Terrace Reed Jr., I love the Spurs trading up and going to address a need further, right? Not only did they have one first round pick on a big man, they spent two. Let's not tax Victor Wembanyama throughout the season. Let's get him to the playoffs. Let's give him a 5 minute break in the game if he needs it. He's apparently not built to play 40, 48. So 38 minutes, and we need to bridge that gap. And I think Terrace Reed Jr. is an excellent, excellent piece to try to bridge that. And the Kings again. The Kings, I was really impressed with them at the time. Uh, Live watching the draft, they looked like a competent franchise, maybe the most competent I've ever seen from the Kings in my decade plus of following the league. Acuff and Caravan are absolute culture changer winner players who will only continue to rise, I think, and get better. And hopefully the Kings don't ruin that. Can we see these nicely? Awesome. First round, really all I'm going to show grade wise. Second round, we can talk about some guys. But let's go through it here. Wizards, AJ Debinsa, no notes, A plus, right? We've seen the tape. The guy's a freak. He's a star. He carries himself like a star. The pick was never going to be Darren Peterson. I did think for a second, maybe, when they had the Trae Young discussion going on, we might see them possibly taking Darren Peterson. Ultimately, I think AJ Debinsa is the right move. You need a wing guy. He's the guy for the future. I love everything I'm seeing. That you can't lose with the top four. Darren Peterson, another example, can't lose. Jazz once again not scared off by a player not wanting to work out for them in the draft. They are just taking talent. I think the roster's loaded. I think it's flexible cap wise. If they get Walker back, we'll see about that cap flexibility. Really interested to see how that plays out, but I think Darren Peterson is the fucking truth. And whether or not he likes playing basketball or likes the Jazz, we will see. For now, I think he's the guy. Cameron Boozer, boring. Boring but good. Boring but good. Perfect for the Grizzlies, right? They have the anti-Jaw. They have the anti-Jaw. He will not be any off the court antics. He's a built professional by his father. He's been around it his whole career. Uh, Cameron Boozer, Zach Edey, Cedric Coward. What a rebounding threat, right? That's scary going forward. So I hope they continue to stay healthy and build on that. It's Grizzlies ball. They're getting back to grit and grind. As we'll get to Isaiah Stewart, awesome. Uh, I guess we can touch on that now. Not only did they trade their pick back twice, eventually picking Kareem Lopez at 21, which I didn't love the pick. Didn't love the pick there, but loved that they traded back twice. They didn't necessarily have any of these players ranked highly on their board necessarily. Wouldn't fill a need immediately. I love picking up the 5 extra second round picks. We've seen it just play out so well for these teams, being able to turn a litany of second round picks into an asset. Io Dunsumo, uh, whatever the Knicks are doing. We just see it time and time again. The Thunder literally operate off second round picks. Uh, the Bulls being able to, or sorry, the Grizzlies being able to pick up four or five second round picks and only spend two to get Isaiah Stewart. Hats off. Well done. Moving on, Bulls. Did really love their draft. I didn't love it in the moment. I felt Swain was a reach, which is why the C plus grade is given. It's not really. It's not really. It doesn't speak on the player. It speaks on. I thought it was a reach. I thought it was bad value for where they were. They could have traded back. They could have done a couple other things, but I like the fit after a couple days later, seeing it all get together. Swain and Giddy, I don't think will be redundant. I think Swain will be able to pick up the Giddy slack when he heads to the bench. I think Caleb Wilson and Swain are both athletic freaks, and they're going to bring a lot of highlight plays and culture to Chicago, and I think it'll be a really fun time. And as a Bears fan myself, another Caleb W in Chicago is awesome. I love it. Can't wait to see what that young man does. And there's a lot of hype around him. He very well could be the best player in the draft. I think I saw 10-1 rookie of the year odds. I love it. I don't know how feasible it is, but I love it. I think the guy's a freak athlete as long as he can stay healthy. Um, where do we want to go next? I guess I'll try to blaze through the rest of this so we're not stuck on the draft. I think we can get to the trades. Uh, but Keaton Wagler, whatever. I think the Clippers should have traded the pick personally. Hope Wagler's good. I'm just not sure he's exactly what they need. I think they could have flipped that pick, secured themselves maybe a Jaylen Brown or another player that could be star caliber and there for the future. I'm not sure Keaton Wagler is star potential. Acuff Jr., however, is. Again, I'm enamored with the Kings draft. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The Kings were competent. They got winners. They got adults. No notes. I don't know. I think Acuff's the guy. I think he's the guy. I hope he's the guy. They need it. They desperately need it. Hopefully they can get off Sabonis and DeRozan. I'm seeing a lot of Warriors buzz. Wherever they go, get them out. The Kings need a lot. I've been trying to, apply for that job for a decade. Sacramento, if you're watching this, please hire me. Anything. Uh, Nets. I skipped over the Nets. Let me go on a 5-minute rant about the Nets. 5-minute rant about the Nets. Maybe not even that long. The Nets had 5 first round picks last year. Would you take any of those 5 first round picks last year in the first round this year? I would argue no. Think about that for a second. They had 5 first round picks last year. I would argue I wouldn't take one of them in this year's first round draft. So last year they went for an abundance and trading back and picking up assets. It didn't pan out. The picks stunk. This year they came into the draft thinking, well, everyone hated that. We got made fun of for that. Let's change that. Let's just keep our high pick and take a guy we believe in Michael Brown Jr. They took a very injury-ridden small guard to throw back into their young core of other small guards. Michael Porter, I can't pass Jr. and Julius Randle bowling ball in the lane. I don't see the vision. I don't get the direction. Acuff was the pick. Acuff was the pick. Acuff was the pick. I couldn't imagine being a Nets fan. Everything is hell. You're a laughing stock in your own city. I mean, not even into a Clippers or Mets or Jets degree, right? Like White Sox. I don't know. Like if these teams left those cities, people would notice. I'm not sure New York City and the surrounding area would notice if the Nets left, other than we can't make fun of them anymore. I I think they'd be happier if they left. The the Barclays Arena is ran by the Liberty and concerts. I couldn't imagine being a Nets fan. It's deplorable. It's despicable. It's all the bad words. Prayers to you, Nets fans. Joshua Jefferson down there at the bottom. I just looked up another prime example. Nets, what are we doing? Sorry for yelling. What are we doing? What are we doing? All right, moving along. Nets rant over. God, what? Not over. Not over. Actually, Nets rant not over. What are we doing? Expanding this league? They're trying to push for a Seattle expansion, and Las Vegas expansion, when we have teams like the New Orleans Pelicans, wow, weird there, and the Brooklyn Nets, laughing stocks in their own city, you can't buy a ticket for you can buy a ticket for less than $20. I mean, I'm not sure we need more teams. New basketball has never nor will ever work in New Orleans. Brooklyn is beyond a redheaded stepchild in its own city. It doesn't work. I'm sorry for you Nets fans. I'm sorry. I expect you to be last again next year or close to it. Good luck. Um, moving down the board, Hawks, Kingston Flemings, good pickup. Classic Hawks guard, defensive, quick, fun. Don't think they super needed it, but best player available, love it. Mavs is an interesting one, right? Just hired Dusty May from Michigan. 3 first round lottery talents from Michigan in the draft. Uh, coach Coach does an interesting play here, taking what what public consensus would be is what public consensus would think is the worst of them. Now you have to think, what does he know? He spent a year with all of them. Also think this could be a great gamble by him. If he thinks he has the highest ceiling, you go for it. You tell the other guys, Yaxel and Ademara, hey guys, I just got here. I'm sorry. I tried. I tried to get him to take you, but I just got here. Meanwhile, you're in everyone's ears, telling them Morez is the guy. Morez Johnson is the guy. He's the highest ceiling. So I'll love to watch how that pans out. But again, regardless, if that's who you wanted, if that was the Michigan guy you wanted, you trade back. It was too early. Too early. You trade back. You pick up a couple seconds. Couple seconds can get you Isaiah Joe, as we've learned. Um, Braden Burries, not sure that's what you want to call your big piece, your big rookie to point to for the Giannis trade, but I think there's worse. I think there's worse you could point to. Michael Brown, for example. So, we'll see. We'll see about Burries. I like the frame. I like the frame. I like the thought. Milwaukee's not going to be anything for a few years here, so gamble a little, take some swings. I like it. Yaxel, I talked about this already. I love the fit with the Warriors. I love besides the potential of Draymond Green punching another Michigan young buck in the Warriors locker room. I do like the fit a lot and think it helps extend Curry's career a little bit. I do think Yaxel being an older rookie really helps that Warriors veteran core. Again, I think he's older than Moses Moody. I could be wrong there. 24 versus 23 or something. Nate Ament, polarizing pick. Another Bucks gamble, I think, quite frankly. I think it's another frame gamble. You need a wing guy. I don't think they love what they see on their roster. They see some promise in guard and center. Khalil Ware and Ryan Rollins, Tyler Hero. I think they see some potential there. I'm not sure they see the potential with their wings. Yeah, I can't even say it. We're gonna say Steinbach. I haven't Hannes, yeah, Yannis, Steinbach. Love the tape on this guy. Freak on the boards. Just monster. I'm gonna love how he's going to play in this Hornets offense and defense too. He's gonna be everywhere. I see it coming already. Him and Diabate are gonna be a force. Good luck. Uh, Bulls, we talked about Swain. Thunder, let's talk about Thunder. I skipped over Ademar up there. I just kind of touched on him. Ademar, perfect fit for them. What is 7-foot Spanish guy to throw at Wemby fit when Chet doesn't feel like banging bodies with dudes. We'll see how it works out. God, they just feel like the smartest again by far. Feels like they drafted for need. Feels like they did it smartly. Feels like they did it calculated. flipping second rounders around, trading up, trading down, getting two for Isaiah Joe, spending two to go up for Sturts. It's just what Sam Presti does, how he operates. Everything's very clinical, and I love what I'm seeing. Honestly, yeah. Sadly, the Death Star continues to build, and the evil empire that is the Thunder, rich get richer. Bennett Sturts is just a typical Thunder player. He's gonna be smart, be in the right spots, make the right pass, make the right play. They don't turn it over. They play excellent defense. They're coachable. They're young. It's a machine. He's built a well-oiled machine, and unless he slips up, good luck catching it. Um, Abuka, Corey, I was cold on that. I'm coming back around though. The tape looks good. Pistons are interesting. We'll see how it plays out. I would like him to be able to shoot a little better for the Pistons, but we'll see how that goes. I think Isaiah Joe can more than shoot the rock for him. Um, I'm just gonna skip around a little here. We touched on the Spurs drafting for need and the big guys. Hated that Kareem Lopez pick, but loved trading back if you're the Grizzlies. I just want to touch on some interesting stuff at the bottom because it got a little weird and people went to bed. The Knicks were at 24, where the Lakers are. The Lakers traded that pick or traded for that pick, cost them a couple seconds and some cash, I believe. Uh, Zuby Ejiofor was who the Knicks wanted. That was who they wanted. Talk to your Knicks fans. It's probably who they were telling you. The Knicks always draft a foreign name, a funny guy, a draft and stash. When in the late picks, they take the gambles. They trust their scouting staff. They look where people aren't. Uh, they had Zuby on their board, and the Hawks sniped him. They did an excellent job not panicking and trading back ever so slightly, just with the Lakers, and trading a little further, buying themselves some time, reevaluating their board, seeing what else they could do. Meanwhile, the Lakers are snatching Cameron Carr, who they could turn him into a stud, an absolute two-way stud for them. Um, but the Knicks didn't panic, right? They just traded back. They traded back again. They picked up some more assets. I loved it. Suns trading up for Koa Pete, Arizona guy. Sure, sell some jerseys, sell some tickets. I don't know. I go back and forth on Koa Pete. The tape's fun. He's a little lackluster at times. Dumb decisions, bad drive. It's a Suns player. It's a Suns pick. Um, I don't think I really have any more notes on the draft other than I cannot stress how much of a steal I think LeBaron Philon Jr. is for the 76ers. And I do think that is, as crazy as this is going to sound, that was Daryl Morey's plan. When he traded JJ away and retooled for some assets, he expected a litany of capable young guards in this draft. All he did was reset that salary clock on your bench guard, and I'm not sure JJ. What am I saying? Jared McCain. I'm not sure Jared McCain is the guard off the bench that you want. Not really the best defender. He's a spark plug kind of guy at times, a heat checky. He can run an offense if needed. Regular season, right? I'm not trying to run in playoffs. I understand he dropped what 30 in the playoffs. I don't know. It didn't move me. He's not a transformative guy. There's a ceiling there, right? Um, I think LeBaron has a higher ceiling. I think he can learn from guys like Maxime VJ and really be a big guy. And I think I think Morey saw guys like Swain, uh, uh, Z- Zuby, LeBaron, all these guys down here. It's Bennett Sturts, and he was like, I can get a guard. I'll reset that, and we'll pick up a couple assets and move along. Shame he didn't get to see it play out, but I think his plan is still playing out. I think he left the blueprint behind. Um, Chris Sinac Jr. should be fun for the Celtics. decent bench piece to add with their other fun young guys. That's the draft, baby. Uh, you can find all this on my Twitter at Mr.Sports on Twitter. We also have a live draft thread here with all of my tweets from the draft and thoughts while it was occurring. And that's it for draft. Uh we'll be back after this break and we will get right into trades. Giannis, Randall. I didn't even touch on that for the Nets rant. All right. I mentioned them. What we'll be back. We'll be back with trades and movement and the draft is over and we're into trade season, baby. The off season. I love the NBA off season. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. Uh Trades. Talk to me about some trades. Giannis traded. Finally, we're free. Lamelo to the Wolves. Still not. Still processing that one. Tons of other stuff. Let's get into it. I think we're just gonna go in chronological, if that's cool. I know I should start biggest trade at the top. We're not doing that. We don't miss the little stuff around here. And Aaron Wiggins for 2 second round picks is is the little stuff I'm talking about that OKC does. OKC trades away Aaron Wiggins, who they don't want to pay, and they can't pay, really. What do? Pick up second round picks. What do they do later? Right here, pick up 2 more seconds again for Isaiah Joe. It's incredible, these guys. They cleared 20 million in cap, got 4 second round picks, used two of them to get Brenton Sturts or Braden Sturts. We're just gonna say Sturts. God, do I have that right? Bennett. Bennett. I apologize. Gosh. Use two of them to trade up and get Sturts. They're just the best. They're the best at working the corners, working the edges. They shaved 20 million. Picked up assets doing it. I'm way too far down. Okay, February. So Aaron Wiggins, gone. Hawk. Like it for the Hawks. Like it for the Thunder. Clearing space, getting picks. Aaron Wiggins is a fun young guy. Hasn't really got a ton of burn. I think the Hawks will give him that burn. Um, the big one. The big one. Miami gets stars. Miami wants stars. That's how they've always operated. Good for them. Giannis and Bam is fun. Giannis worries me injury risk wise. He's kind of old. He's not on the right side of 30. He's got a lot of miles on him, a lot of long playoff runs, a lot of short playoff runs. Just a lot of wear and tear. And I'm not sure the last couple years wear and tear was him just not really wanting to give his all for a Bucks team that was a little lackluster at times. I think there might be more there, and I'd be a little worried if I'm the Heat, but they only had to give up chips, right? Is Jaquez a good player? Sure, yes. Is he a part of their future cornerstone plans? No. Where? Maybe. We'll see. Yakachunas, bye, right? Ament, they drafted him, right? That could be a bust. Ament could be a straight up bust. I'll say it. The guy might not be able to shoot, but he could be awesome. Hero's too much money. Hometown kid though. A lot of picks. They were never gonna get anything but picks for Giannis. That's what they wanted. They worked with them. Everybody's happy. We're finally free from the rumors. It's done. It's over with. I hope the Heat can go out and get some guys like Middleton or, Brook Lopez maybe. LeBron. What? Yeah, LeBron. I hope they could go out and get some guys, help them out. Good luck. Good luck to everyone here. I'm rooting for Ware. I think Hero gets moved again. The Bucks just are going to collect a lot of young pieces and assets and try their best for a little. Till that day money's off your books, your salary's so screwed. That's kind of your only option. And they don't even control their own picks. Don't even control their own picks going forward. Portland has most of them, so Good luck to the Bucks. Um, Interesting trade here. We knew, at least I thought, the Timberwolves were up to something. 31 million in cap space freed. We knew something else was coming. Turned out that was Lamelo. We knew something else was coming when you free up 31 million in cap space. Uh, when you get back basically nothing for Julius Randle, and the Bulls inherit Claxton for free? Question mark. I mean, it probably cost them that first rounder. I'm not sure whose that was. Good for them. I like Claxton on the Bulls. No, I mean that's fun. That's good young talent. The cap's a little high. It's just a free agent signing, basically. Think of it like that for the Bulls. Here we go. Junk, 2 seconds. Got him Bennett Sturts. And that is OKC masterclass GMing. Ticking and tacking your way. Second round picks. Just finding any bit of value where you can. Again, didn't like the pick. Loved the thought by the Grizzlies trading back and acquiring all these second round picks, which they later used second round picks to acquire Isaiah Stewart. Here it is. Those 3 second round picks that they just got from the Pistons, they gave them right back to the Pistons and got Isaiah Stewart. I think that's good for them. Have you ever seen a more Memphis Grizzly player than grit and grind Isaiah Stew? Beef Stew himself? No. Him, Edie, Boozer, oh, God. Wells, Coward, they are going to be disgusting on the boards, and I can't wait to watch. Um, Again, love the Spurs trading up for Terrace Reed. Love the Kings trading up for Caravan. Cost him nothing. Second round pick, nothing. I guess 34 in this draft, but go get your guy. God. I mean, I'll ignore the trading picks for cash when you just won your first championship in 73 years, James Dolan. I'll ignore not wanting to go into luxury taxes and second apron penalties when you're the Knicks and you just won the chip for the first time in 73 years or whatever. 50 something, whatever. Then 73, I think is what I'm trying to say. 53 years, whatever. Why are we trading for cash? Is that just bad? That's cheap. That's cheap, James Dolan. That's cheap. Do love getting all the seconds. Do love getting some draft and stash, some lower guys. The Knicks, if they're not drafting at the top, they're going to stash and trade back and acquire assets, and I like it. I like what they're doing. It's one of the smartest front offices in the league. The Suns benefit, get to keep a very young Koa Pete in state, and hopefully build around him if he's good enough. I don't know. It'll be a young, interesting piece nonetheless. And Cameron Carr, I think, will just be fantastic with JJ Redick. I think he'll have him in the gym shooting the lights out. He's a dog on the defensive end. God, sorry for the stutter there. I love that pick. I cannot stress how much he is not Dalton Connect. He is not Dalton Connect. You talked about Isaiah Stew. That's, we're actually going to skip these. These are the around the edges that we don't super care about. It's more cap and salary and pick finagling than anything else. If we see a good one, we will stop. This was a good one. I did like the Pacers picking up Braden Smith. I wish I mentioned that in the draft portion when talking second round. Braden Smith, Mr. Indiana basketball, Mr. Purdue. I love him staying in house. I think that's awesome for him, awesome for the state, awesome for the fans. Love it. Absolutely love it. And now we get to the coup de grace. I believe this is going to be our biggest trade of the offseason. Barring a Jaylen Brown like super mega trade or a Kawhi super mega trade, I think this is it, man. Like, I could probably have a whole another half hour on this trade alone for both sides. The Hornets creating a what almost 40 million trade exception from this leads me to believe that we are not done with this trade. I want to start there. But what they did was kind of scary. Okay, so what they had at the end of last season was maybe the best Hornets team ever. Net rating off the charts in the half court. Those five guys were able to do Lamelo, Kobe White, Brandon Miller, uh, Khan, and Diabate, or I believe Kobe White's out of that and Bridges is in. Whatever the plus minus was, whatever you wanted to slice it, that they were dominant in the second half of last year on the offensive end, and I believe Lamelo was about the main sole driving factor. It looks like to me the first time in his career he wanted to play adult winning basketball. He tried, he cared. He still did a couple LaMelo things, and that's great. I want LaMelo to do LaMelo things. I I also want LaMelo to be in a winning situation, and I want him to act like a winning basketball player that he is. The way he can command an offense in a game, and the pace and the flow and get others involved and run the floor, and the vision is just off the charts stuff. Anthony Edwards is one of the best off-ball catch and shoot three-pointers in the league, let alone three-pointer shooters in the league. And he just got paired with a 6'7" version of a flamethrower. I don't even know. He can score 12 in a blink of an eye. It's it it's that fast, and he can dish it out to anyone. Lobs are going to be flying to Rudy Gobert. Ant's going to be 3 feet in the sky, slamming them down if he stays healthy, right? That's ultimately where the Hornets saw this from. They're they're cashing in their eyes. They saw a guy who they're not super sure they want as the face of their franchise anymore. They're paying him a lot. How serious is he all the time about winning? How healthy is he all the time? We finally had a good healthy run from him again. Do we just sell high? And I think they tried to do that. I think they tried to do that. Uh, these picks are wrong. I think this should be over here on the Hornets side. Naz Reid's awesome. He's going to be awesome on that team. They're going to be able to replace Lamelo's shot attempts. I'm not sure they're going to be able to replace his flow, pace, ability to involve everybody in the offense. I'm not sure they're going to be able to replace that, a real flow game managing point guard. But his shots, Naz Reid, Kobe White, Khan, bombs away, man. We're going to be shooting this year down in Charlotte. We're going to be running and shooting, and I hope they can replicate what they had with Lamelo because it was honestly so fun to watch. From Diabate down to Lamelo, I loved every bit of what everyone was doing. The team was fun. The crowd was fun. It's an all-in move from Minnesota. It's got to work. We have no picks. We don't control one till 2034. It's got to work. Let's go Lamelo. I mean, it's it's going to be a social media bomb. Lamelo and Ant-Man. Gobert, Jaden McDaniels, Io Dansumo re-signed. The defense, Josh Green's even pretty good. The TKR in the draft, second round. I think they have size and defense to hide any shortcomings Lamelo might have. I also think they're just going to be incredible if he's healthy and they all buy in. I think Randall was a real ball stopper. No one's ever said Ant needs the ball. Naz Reid was so incredibly, I can't even describe in words what he meant to that city and those fans, but he's also the perfect guy they need for this team. That's what sucks about giving him up, but you got to give something to get something, and I just love it. I love it. It's a win-win all around. I think Nas is going to be awesome for the Hornets. I think the team's fun pieces. It's so flexible. The trade exception. They could go get Jaylen Brown. Just saying. I like the gamble. It's a win-win for everybody. It's an all-in move. It's a short on the Hornets side. I love to see it. I'm all for shaking things up, trying new things, and I liked what the Hornets did. I think it's a smart front office, and I think the Timberwolves are always looking to shake things up. I think they have the best trades in the league. They did it again. Tim Connolly, I think he did it again. And we end with Isaiah Joe again. Pistons, 2 seconds, cost them nothing. They get Isaiah Joe. Shoots the lights out 40% from three, goes up every year. I assume this means goodbye, Duncan Robinson. I assume that means goodbye, Duncan Robinson. This means we're not done yet. 40 million trade exception. Hello. I've loved the trade so far. I can't wait for more free agency signings. I can't wait for more trades. I love the NBA offseason. 4th of July time. Never forget Kevin Durant. Where were you moment? Like, if NBA drafts, NBA trades, NBA free agency, the whole offseason is just the best. It's so many what ifs and talks and speculation, and I just can't wait for the season to start and see how it all plays out. All right, let's take one more short break. Get back into let's do some re-signings and some rumors, and I think we'll call it. So we'll be right back after this one more break. All right, welcome back. Let's finish strong here, folks. Rumors, extensions, speculation. This is the most fun part of the pod. I'm just going to leave our rolling storyboard up there so we can see where we've been, what we've missed, what we have yet to talk about. Right there, we'll start. Austin Reeves, Lakers re-signing. People are going to say overpaid. I say less money than Fox and Trae Young. I would rather pay Austin Reeves than Trae Young. Yep, I said that. Okay, highest paid undrafted man of all time. Think that's awesome. Good for you, AR. Luca and AR were incredible. Luca can carry an offense. AR can carry an offense. I think we've seen it. He tries on defense. He cares. He's there. He was hurt last year. He's a triple double threat when he plays. 30-point threat when he plays. I think he's incredible. Uh, a storyline that we just had pass there while staying on the Lakers. Lakers not offering LeBron a deal. Are we sure about that? I'm thinking maybe he just didn't get a deal he liked. I'm sure the Lakers would offer him back in some capacity. They would not like to lose an asset for nothing. They're the Lakers, right? Yeah. I think they offered him something. I'm sure it's not what he wanted. It's not a max. It's not what he feels is LeBron money. I understand, right? I'm not a billionaire. I understand he was a billionaire for a reason. I don't imagine that guy takes quite a pay cut. Is all I'm gonna say. When have we ever seen LeBron take a pay cut? I do think though that the return to the Lakers is getting a little dicey. I think it's the doors to Golden State and Cleveland and Miami, more so Cleveland. Love Warriors and Miami are pipe dreams, but I love the thoughts of them. Uh, I think the Cleveland retirement tour is just so LeBron. I think going back there for a third stint is so goddamn LeBron that I can't imagine him going anywhere else. I can't imagine it. I would love to see another Lakers season with Luca. I would love to see him just win again. I would love to see him play and find some more joy and have fun. If that's in Cleveland, do it. Do it up, man. I think the East is kind of tough. I think he's got more experience and chops and could beat these guys when it comes down to it last 2 minutes, but we got to get to the last 2 minutes, you know. Um Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, traded, staying. I think the Celtics relationship with Jaylen Brown is kind of kind of spotty. I think Jaylen Brown is going to be ultimately traded. I'm not sure where. I think him and Kawhi could both end up in Detroit. I think Detroit's looking to make a big splash. I don't want to bring up that Charlotte trade exception for the 500th time, but I think Jaylen Brown could end up a Hornet. A Hawk, a Blazer. I think a very well could be a Blazer, and the Celtics could take back Klingon and some picks. And those Bucks picks are big. They could retool down the line, use them as trade bait. I I just don't see Jaylen Brown coming back. He seems like he got a taste of his own team and wants his own team, and that's more than fair, man. He was all should have been first team All NBA last year. Could have been arguably whatever. Really, really think he's just gone. And I think the Celtics can get a few different packages back, and I think that's up to Brad Stevens and them as to what they want back. But toothpaste is out of the tube, man. Jaylen's been shopped, and I don't think he liked that. I would like to just throw one more PS in there that I don't think Jaylen should necessarily be just the guy being shopped. Uh, Tatum coming off an Achilles injury, I just think we should consider that guy being the guy we shop, not the potential first team All NBA talent. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying they did right or wrong, but more to come there, and we'll see where Jaylen Brown ends up or plays next year. Kawhi Leonard. I've been hearing some Spurs and Raptors rumors about you, my friend, and if you return to either of those, I'm in. I don't care that you left both with no emotion, no love lost. A Spurs return would fucking be awesome, dude. You and Wemby and Dylan Harper would be awesome. I would love to see it. Raptors return would be awesome. Win another chip. I don't care. Time's up in LA. You didn't plant a tree. We got to move on. Randall. Did I touch on the Randall trade? I think I just said it was a salary dump, but again, the Nets will get the guy that the Knicks fans loved. And don't tell me you weren't the team that gave Trae Young that offer, that was offering him money to make the Wizards panic. You were going to assemble a team of we aren't the Knicks. Look at us. Trae Young and Randall. I see you, Brooklyn. I see you. I can't wait for you to relocate, man. Vegas or Seattle. Get out of here, Brooklyn. Ugh, God. All right. Well, I think that was fun. I think I got my feet wet. I hope this was good for everybody. I hope you like it. Thoughts, comments, concerns, DM me on Twitter, email me at the Mr. Sports Show at Gmail. Thank you guys again. This has been a ball. This has been an absolute ball. I can't wait for the next episode. Follow the Twitters, link in bio, and yeah, NFL draft guide, or sorry, not NFL draft guide, NFL offseason cheat sheet. I have a lot of fun making this every year. NFL schedules, NFL grades, NFL wins and loss projections, odds, everything. Fantasy tiers. You got it. It's going to be here. I'm working on it right now. You can find it on the Twitter, early version 1. I'll let you know when the versions get better and we get closer to football. But keep that on your mind. And thank you for tuning in to the first Mr. Sports show with your host, me, Mr. Sports. And again, I can't tell you what it means if you've made it this far to me. This is awesome. This was very fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope you aren't sick of my voice yet. And we'll come back next time. Thank you guys. Peace.